All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever been on a website and it just felt right, like you could trust them? And then others feel like a super aggressive salesperson just chasing you around the store? Well, there's a reason for that. And the secret is all about two different kinds of writing. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the big difference between what we call content and copy. And spoiler alert, you absolutely need both. So this is really the core question, isn't it? Take a look at your own website. Is it kind of like a super helpful library where people learn a ton but never actually do anything? That's all trust, no action. Or, on the flip side, is it all buy now, sign up, and people land on your page and immediately click away because it just feels, well, pushy? All sales, no trust? It's a classic problem, but don't worry, there's a solution. Right, so the solution to this whole dilemma isn't about picking a side. It's not team trust versus team sales. The real key is understanding you need two completely different styles of writing that have to work together, kind of like a perfect duet. So let's break down the first half of that duo. So let's talk about trust. How do you get someone who's never heard of you to actually listen and believe what you have to say? How do you become that go-to credible source? Well, that's where this first style of writing comes into play. It's all about relationship building. It's about giving value, real, genuine value, way before you ever even think about asking for a sale. And we call this content writing. Now, the most important thing to get here is its goal. The job of content is to educate, to inform, maybe even to entertain. It's not trying to sell you something right then and there. Think of it as a generous act. You're sharing your expertise, you're helping people solve a problem, you're talking to their logical brain to build that foundation of, hey, these guys know what they're talking about. I trust them. So what does this actually look like in the wild? Well, you see it all the time. It's that super helpful blog post that finally explained that thing you were stuck on. It's the detailed how-to guide or the free ebook you download. Even a really good FAQ page is content writing. You'll notice none of these are screaming, buy me. They're all just offering help. And that right there is how you become the expert they remember and trust. Okay, so building trust is awesome. It's absolutely crucial. But let's be real, a website usually has a job to do, right? It needs to get people to take that next step. And for that, we need to completely switch gears into a much more direct, much more persuasive style of writing. So let's see how the second half of our writing duo works. And this is copywriting. Immediately, you can feel the difference, can't you? The key word here is persuasive. Its only job, its entire reason for existing, is to get you to do something specific. We're talking buying, signing up, calling, you name it. If content was the logical conversation that built trust, copywriting is the emotional nudge that says, okay, it's time to act. Do this now. And again, you know exactly what this is. It's the catchy ad slogan you can't get out of your head. It's that powerful headline on a sales page. It's pretty much every marketing email you get. All the words on a landing page, that's copywriting. Its job is to be short, sharp, and convert that wonderful trust you built with your content into an actual, immediate decision. All right, so we've got our two players, content for trust and copy for action. But here's the thing, the real magic, the secret sauce for any great website isn't about being good at just one of these. Nope, it's all about how you blend the two of them together. Let's just put this side by side so it's crystal clear. Content's purpose? To build clarity, to build trust, to show you're relevant. Copy's purpose? To grab that attention and get someone to do something. One is a marathon, building a relationship. The other is a sprint, focused on a single action. And you just can't have a successful website without both of them working in tandem. So what happens when that balance is totally off? Well, let's look at the first risk. All copy, no content. You've been on these sites, right? It's just constant limited time offer. Buy now, don't miss out. There's nothing there to actually help you or build trust. It just feels sleazy. And people don't feel persuaded. They just feel pressured, and they leave. But then there's the other side of the coin, which is just as bad. All content, no copy. Your site is packed with incredible, helpful, amazing information, but you never ask anyone to do anything. You've essentially built a really nice online library, not a business. You'll get tons of fans, sure, but you won't get any customers. All that trust you built just evaporates without a call to action. Okay, so as we pull this all together, what's the one big idea? What's the final takeaway you should have in your head every time you look at your website? It really all boils down to this. The perfect balance is what keeps visitors engaged and converts them into customers. Think about it. The content is what gets them to stick around, to trust you, to feel engaged. Then the copy steps in to convert that engagement into a real customer. They have to work hand in hand. One without the other is like having only one oar in a boat. You're just going to go in circles. So, this is the final question I want you to ask yourself. The next time you look at your website, go through it page by page, even paragraph by paragraph, and ask this. Is this piece of writing building a relationship, or is it just asking for a transaction? Because knowing the difference and knowing when to do which, well, that changes